A needle in a haystack, and that needle could be missed in the blink of an eye. And tonight, we are going up in the air with the Coast Guard for the very first time as its crews look for any signs of survivors from the cargo ship Faro. Heather Crawford flew on the Coast Guard C-130 today out of Clearwater. Heather joins us live tonight from Clearwater. Heather.
Shannon, I got to tell you, the Coast Guard is truly amazing. They are working so hard. As you said, we were embedded with the Coast Guard crew on a C-130 for about 10 hours today, and we got to see how they're going about the search from the sky. It was very fascinating to see, and while no survivors were located on our trip today, they did find some items, some debris that they think may have come from Faro. Before the sun comes up, photojournalist Josh Whitston and I board this C-130 at Coast Guard Air Station Clearwater. We join the 7-member crew on a mission to find Faro survivors.
We're going to head to the Bahamas once again to search for the missing Faro. Our search pattern today takes us approximately 84 miles north of Provo.
About 2 hours into the flight, we reach the debris field the crew is tasked with meticulously searching. Flying low and slow, they open the back door. For the next 4 hours, these two, known as drop masters, stretch out, bellies on the ramp, eyes on the sea. Other crew members use cameras and radar to watch the water.
We found that opening up the back of the aircraft, the ramp, especially for a PIW, which is person in the water search, the crew members, they have an excellent view when they're sitting on the back of the ramp. Especially when we're down low, around 500 feet.
Everyone on board looking for anything that could be from Faro and any sign of its 33 crew members lost at sea. The Coast Guard believes the cargo ship sank 15,000 feet into the Atlantic when it got caught in Hurricane Joaquin.
The challenge of this particular search is that a hurricane sat over the Bahamas and literally stirred up anything that wasn't attached to the ground.
Looking specifically for things that are rescue colors like orange and yellow, the crew spots what they think could be a Gumby suit floating in the water. 46 of the survival suits were on board Faro, and only a handful have been found.
It was the right color. We passed this position off to the cutter, which was very close nearby.
Northeast of Faro's last known location, we spot all kinds of debris. They find what looks to be a container. And see that small white speck? The crew circles it several times, thinking it might be a deflated raft, but later determines it's not.
Moving out here, we found a scattered debris field about 20 miles by 10 miles long. Multiple objects in the water, a lot of debris floating, coolers, cooler lids, and other unidentified debris.
From the flight deck and the back of the plane, the crew spots a possible life jacket that could be from Faro. Flares are used to mark items for the nearby cutter to check out.
We found a debris field Sunday and it was much more heavily concentrated. Today was a little bit more spread out, but the weather today was beautiful. It was ideal.
This is not the first flight most of this crew has been on looking for survivors.
Well, mostly it's straining because we're flying back to back, and also the Coast Guard industry is very closely related to the merchant marine industry, and we may know people that were in that industry on the ship. So yes, it's stressful, but it's our job, so keep looking.
Not giving up hope. And I asked that pilot, Lieutenant Frank, what he wants the family members of the missing Faro crew to know. He said he wants them to know that this is a massive coordinated search, not just the U.S. Coast Guard, but also the Navy, the Air Force, even commercial tugboats, all involved in this operation to find survivors. They're not giving up hope. They are all hoping for a positive outcome. And overnight tonight, 3 U.S. Coast Guard cutters will be searching near the Bahamas, looking for any signs of life. We're live tonight in Clearwater. Heather Crawford, First Coast News, NBC 12, ABC 25.
Heather Crawford, the hardest working journalist on the First Coast. Thank you very much. And